Well, let's admit, we've all been manifesting to see starships on Mars, right? It's been quite some time now that we've been following the dream that Elon Musk injected into our minds of visiting Mars and potentially populating it as well. But the news that's coming from SpaceX is that it'll take a 6-month journey for a Starship to reach Mars. Yes, this is the estimated time calculated by Musk for reaching Mars via Starship. Seems a lot, right? Starship is currently dependent on 39 Raptor engines to fully complete its operations. And 6 months is a bit too long for some companies who are also in the race to conquer Mars. And the biggest of them is surely NASA, which revealed a new engine which they claim to be much more powerful, safer, and has the ability to land humans to Mars much earlier than what's manifested by SpaceX. So, is NASA going to overtake the dream of SpaceX? Will they be landing first on Mars? And what is this new engine? Let's find out as we welcome you back to our channel, where you join the space exploration journey with us and discover challenges and mysteries of cosmic adventures. Before we jump into the type of engine NASA is preparing to land on Mars, it's worth mentioning that the time duration that they have in mind is less than 45 days, which is way earlier than what's being planned by SpaceX. In 2023, at the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics SciTech Forum, Bill Nelson, the administrator of NASA, announced the development of a nuclear thermal rocket project. It was a groundbreaking idea without any doubt, as the aerospace industry is highly dependent on engines, and all these engines used in the rockets were responsible for burning tons of chemicals such as kerosene liquid methane. For these reasons, a nuclear thermal engine was always in the plans of NASA. If we give you a glimpse of history, the nuclear thermal engine was also proposed back in the 1960s, where it appeared as Nerva engine design. However, due to lack of sustainable technology to ensure safety of the passengers, this idea was ignored. But now, with the unbelievable advancement in technology, we can witness that this is very much possible to create. For the development of this astonishing engine, NASA has joined hands with the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, DARPA, as they will be responsible for developing the nuclear reactor and engine for the nuclear rocket. Any guesses what the engine would be named? Well, you'll like it a lot. It's named Draco, meaning the demonstration rocket for agile CIS lunar operations. To be honest, NASA is very optimistic on where this is going, as Bill Nelson said. With the help of this new technology, astronauts can journey to and from deep space faster than ever, a major capability to prepare for crewed missions to Mars. The Deputy Administrator, Pam Melroy, also mentioned, Draco will be a critical part of evaluating the technologies that will take us deeper into the solar system. But why is NASA relying on this engine so much? How does this engine truly work? As the ordinary engines rely mostly on the combustion process, where the fuel burns to create heat and thrust for the rockets to fly, it makes them highly dependent on the availability of fuel and obviously its quality as well. However, a nuclear engine has a different mechanism where it utilizes the extremely high temperature created by nuclear fission in the nuclear reactor. In the nuclear fission process, uranium atoms are bombarded with free electrons to create chain reaction, ultimately creating extreme heat and thrust for the rockets. Yet, the nuclear reactor will also be pumped with liquid hydrogen and will also aid in increasing the thrust to push the rocket forward. Due to the extremely high temperature in the nuclear reactor core, it's understandable that liquid hydrogen will turn into gas and will find its way out through the engine's nozzle. So why was liquid hydrogen chosen for this engine? Why not any other element? Well, here's the science. Liquid hydrogen is the lightest element to have ever been discovered and has very high efficiency, making it the best option for the thermal nuclear engine. Not only this, the best part is that hydrogen is an abundant material and is also available in space, meaning that you can go beyond your limits in space now. You know what's more surprising? It's said to be 3 times more efficient than the conventional engines. They will allow the rockets to fly faster, safer, and will certainly reduce the time needed to conduct a mission. It would only take 45 days for NASA to reach Mars using these engines. Even though Starship is currently the most powerful rocket in the world and has its superiority above all the other options, it would still take 6 months to reach Mars via Starship. By the way, do you guys have any idea how far is Mars? It's actually 54.6 million kilometers away from Earth. Seems like a long journey, doesn't it? However, the aim is to reduce the travel time as much as possible, which is not only easy on the pocket of these organizations, but also gives them plenty of time to conduct research and plan frequent operations to Mars. You must be wondering how long it would take for this engine to become a reality. Due to extremely high competition among spacecraft companies and obviously high security concerns, the news on this operation is very scarce. Yet, the latest news was heard back in July when DARPA and NASA announced that they'll be looping in Lockheed Martin to develop the Draco engine demo. And it's important to mention that BMX Technologies is also taking part in this magnificent endeavor. However, the aim of all these organizations is to work together day and night, as they are aiming to conduct the first test flight by 2027, and also send humans to Mars by 2030. But it's a tough competition. It's SpaceX versus NASA now. Let's see who wins the race to Mars. This was NASA's new nuclear Mars rocket, and how it is going to give a tough competition to SpaceX. Who do you think will take us first to Mars? Let us know in the comment section. Want to know more about the upcoming space programs and what's changing in our space? Subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share your valuable feedback as well. Make sure you haven't missed out the latest videos on the channels, and we expect to see you soon as more interesting content is coming your way. Thanks for watching. Take care.